they all have done research in the Himalayan region. We found that we don't have one body which has to make happy. We have several layers of existence. In yoga and tantra, they have found that we have 7 body and 7 layers of existence. So to live a balanced life, all those 7 body should be aligned, healthy, and in harmony. So that is the research of our region. Although uh, most of us, we don't care about our wealth, cultural wealth, our spiritual wealth. We don't know much about it. But the West is looking toward us. West is looking with a great hope that material success alone cannot make life happy. Do we have some solution? And yes, we have a solution. The first layer of existence is physical body, which needs good food. We call it Annamaya Kosh, body made of food. Water, fire, air, no? These 5 elements make this body. If these 5 elements are available, the body will be happy. But just below that body, there is another body, etheric body made of energy. It needs good environment of energy. If you work with the people who are stressed or unhappy, you will become unhappy. No? If you meet a happy person, immediately your second body becomes happy. So that body is very sensitive. Second body is very sensitive. We call it pranamaya kosh. In our language, we call it pranamaya kosh, body made of energy. So energy and environment is also very important. The third body, the most important, is mental body. We call it manasharir. If your mental body is not healthy, physical body will be never healthy. All the diseases are rooted in mind. And now we have developed a camera called Clearance camera, by which we can take pictures of our inner body, second body, the aura, the picture of aura can be taken. So now in most of the Western hospitals, they have this camera by which they take picture of your energy body. Because diseases are rooted in the mind. First, the diseases are rooted in the mind. From mind, it comes to your second body, energy body, and from second body, it comes to the physical body. It takes about 6 months to disease to come from mental body to the physical body. So if you are mentally not happy, physically you cannot be healthy. This has been proved. No? Even the 80% of physical diseases are, are rooted in our mind. Even disease like cancer, if people are depressed, unhappy, does not have a happy family atmosphere, they are more liable to get cancer than a happy person. No? Cancer was never heard in our part of the world. Still, cancer, heart disease, high blood pressure, these diseases are the parameter of success. The more successful people you are, if you don't have a hypertension or blood or gastrics, it means you are not very successful because it has become a parameter of success, high blood pressure, things like that. So cancer was never heard in our part of the world. Now it is developing because life has become complicated and we are not happy. No? A thoroughly happy person lives a balanced life. Even they found in the West that they will not have, they can avoid many diseases like heart disease, cancer, and other diseases. WHO has predicted, okay, अब आ जाए ना? At the moment, the biggest killer in the West is cancer and heart disease. But WHO has predicted that within 10 years, the biggest killer will become stress-related problems. The mental problem will be bigger killer, will become bigger killer than heart disease or cancer. So the root problem is in the mind. Mind, all problem of the life is rooted in the mind. So you have to make your mental body, manas sharir, healthy. Then you can be happy even in a very adverse situation. Outer situation of your life is not under your control. You cannot control, yesterday it was Band. You cannot control these things. Well, there are so many political, economical regions in the world. So outer world is beyond your control. But at least this person should be under your control. How you react to that situation. If your mental body is healthy, your emotional body is healthy, even in very adverse situation, you can be relaxed and happy. So that is the whole science of yoga and meditation, and that is the need of the day. Now even the West, they have realized that it has started appearing in medical prescription, doctor's prescription. Yoga and meditation started appearing in doctor's prescription. And they send lot of their patients to us, especially those people who are stress-related problem. They send us because there is no chemical treatment for the stress-related problem. Sleeping tablet or mood elevated drugs can make life, can reduce the problem for some time, but that is not a cure. And all the chemical has side effect. So now the doctor has started sending their patient to meditation centers and yoga centers because they found that the problem is not rooted in the body. In body, the problem reflects, but it is rooted in the mind and our etheric body and inner body. So, to make a balanced life, what I will advise you, that you balance at least your three body. First, physical body. Physical body is made of food and it needs exercise. Unfortunately, the rich people don't have time for exercise. They say their life is so busy, they don't have time. And there is a proverb, you use it or you will lose it. So this physical body also, if you don't give it work, physical work, mental work you all are doing more than you should do. No, there is no problem. But physically, if you don't do some physical work, physical body cannot be healthy or happy. So it is a must that we should not be face all the time computer monitor or sit on the chair and do only mental work. We must do some physical work, otherwise we cannot be happy. That has been proved. And doctor advise for exercise. Many exercise has side effects, and many exercise are not possible in our part of the world because the doctor says that the best exercise is swimming. Everybody, Nepali cannot afford swimming, and even in the West, the weather does not permit people to swim throughout the year. Walking is another recommendation that you should walk or run. Young people should run and the old people can walk. But that's also not possible because all our cities are becoming so polluted. Even Kathmandu has become so polluted and hardly there is a park or open space where you can have a morning walk. In the morning, the air is more polluted and more unhealthy. So the best exercise you can do at your home is yoga. And for that, you don't need much. You need only 3 feet by 6 feet yoga mat. And in your bedroom or your any place you can do yoga. So now slowly, even in America, they have realized that yoga is the most suitable exercise for 21st century. So 15% of Americans are doing some sort of yoga or meditation. And their projection is that within 10 years, this number is going to increase 100%. So 30% American will be looking for yoga teacher and yoga studio. So I find yoga studio in Manhattan and very busy downtowns, very expensive area where they sell only branded things. I am surprised that they are very successfully running yoga studios. No? Very successfully. It is also financially viable and it has become a very good profession. So that is one area where we can send our yoga teacher with 6 months of training. We are training at Tapovan yoga teacher. With 6 months of training, they can get certificate and they can become a yoga teacher and they can earn not less than any other professional in America and Europe. No? It has become a very lucrative profession. So to keep physical body fit, yoga I will recommend to you all because you are a very busy executive. You don't have time for many other exercise. But if you do 20 minutes of yoga at your own uh, home, you need a 3 by 6 feet of yoga mat, and just 20 minutes, you can avoid many mental and physical problems. So one of my recommendation is include 20 minutes of yoga, just 20 minutes of yoga. I have developed very simple yoga which does not need much physical energy and which is not, even beginners can do it. People of any age can start it. You can find out in YouTube, Tapovan Yoga. So you can do 20 minutes of yoga to keep your physical body fit. This body needs some exercise. Otherwise, it cannot be happy. Howsoever good food you give, howsoever medical care you give, without exercise, you use it or you will lose it. No? If you don't use your body for physical work, you can never be healthy. So exercise, include exercise in your daily routine. And the best exercise I have found is yoga. It's very simple and you can do in your privacy at any time of the day. Best time is the morning, but you can do in the morning or evening. And if you don't have time in the morning and evening, you can find your own time. That will take care of your first body, physical body. Physical body will be healthy. Then there is the second body, energy body. We call it in yogic terminology, pranamaya kosh. No? The body made of bioenergy. The second body, as the physical body needs food, the second body needs good energy, good environment. No? So working environment in office is very important. And you frequently visiting to the public park, which is not available in Nepal, unfortunately, but you can go to the mountains. We have developed a beautiful park at Tapovan. You can come sometime, spend your time with the nature. No? We have been lived in the jungle for thousands of years. Now we have urbanized our civilization, and we live in the city, in the jungle of concrete jungle. But that creates a lot of problem because we want natural environment, natural air, natural water. So nature is the best nourishment for our second body, our pranic sharir. So you should go to the forest or some retreat centers where you can live in nature, with the nature in open sky. You don't have to see sunrise and sunset only in TV. You can actually see people who live in the city, they miss what beautiful sunset is, and what is the beauty of sunrise. No? So sometime you should come to natural place and live in nature. That will nourish your second body, the pranic sharir, the energy body. There are several other recommendations for pranic body. When we meet a person who is healthy in pranic body, automatically you will get the nourishment. That's why we go to the temples. Why people go to Pashupatinath or Swambhunath? No? Because there is a very strong pranic energy there. We don't see it through eyes. But if you go with a trust and devotion and spend some time there, your pranic body will be healed. In Hindu temple, you will find, and Buddhist temple also you will find, it's not that people go for service and there is some uh, religious teacher who gives sermon like churches in the West. Every Sunday people gather and they hear some uh, sermon from the priest. No, there is no such system in our Hindu and Buddhist temples. But why we go still in Hindu or Buddhist temple, and we recommend to have parikrama, to spend some time. When you will find, if you go to Bodhanath, the Buddhists, they do parikrama. Uh, they travel around the stupa for several rounds. Why? Because to spend some time in that area, you are healing your second body. Indirectly, your pranic body get nourishment. So that's why we go to Tirtha, temple, meet saintly people. Just when we go to saintly people, sometimes they don't speak. Just we go for darshan. We say it was our in culture that to have a darshan of a saint. No, that also nourishes because his pranic body is very healthy. So if you go to meet a person whose pranic body is very healthy, who is very happy, indirectly you will be nourished. So those are the technique to make your second body healthy, happy, and nourished. Then below that is the third body. Third body is mental body, manas sharir. Unless these three bodies is healthy and aligned, howsoever financially successful you make life, your life will be comfortable, but I'm sure it will not be happy. Life will be happy only when you balance all minimum these three body, mental body, etheric body, bioenergetic body, and physical body. So for third body, mental body, what is mind? Mind is made of the idea, thoughts you have gathered from the childhood. Whatever you have been taught, what you have learned, whatever you have experienced, all those memory system makes your mind. So to make mental body healthy, you should read positive literatures. You should attend to programs where they deliver tips to how to make your mind silent, how to make when mind is silent, it becomes healthy. The problem of mind is overburdened and it is overcrowded by thoughts, unnecessary thoughts. The information has also become a problem. In present time, we are exposed to so many information. What is happening in Israel, what is happening in Middle East. We watch everything on TV, and normally what 100 years before, the average Nepali used to get information, we are getting 5,000 times more information every day. Our brain becomes taxed if you over-inform it, no? And unless sometimes very unnecessary information that makes your life complicated. You read newspaper, mostly news in the newspapers are negative, no? If somebody is doing some good job, it is not a news, no? But if there is murder, that becomes a news. If there is robbery, rape, it becomes a news. Somebody chanting a mantra or doing some charity, that's not a news. News is all mostly negative things. And you read newspaper, so those ideas frame your mental body. So if you are exposed to so many negativity, in TV programs, mostly things are not life affirmative. Either all programs, films are made, either they are too, too much to make you too much excited about sex or war or violence. These are the main subject of entertainment. So your mind is unnecessarily exposed to information which is not healthy. Reading too much newspaper or watching television or internet tax your mind. Your mind is not capable to take that much information. I told you 5,000 times more information we are facing every day what people were getting 100 years before. In 100 years, our body has become more comfortable, so many things have been changed. But our mind is primitive. The mind is very sensitive. It cannot cope up with so much negativity. No? And in newspaper and television and everywhere where you go, you will find very less positive news. Most of the news means negativity, unless there is violence, rape, dacoity, it does not make a news. No? We are discussing about the lifestyle management. It is not a news for a newspaper. It is not a big news. No. But if we fight here and some people are beaten, it becomes a news. No. So negative thing becomes a news. Positive thing does not become a news. And we are exposed to so many negativity. That's why we have so many mental problems. No? So my advice is that don't read unnecessary newspapers. No? And don't watch unnecessary programs on TV, on internet. Unfortunately, there are also positive information in internet. Internet is a great invention, but you will be surprised that 75% of browsing happens on pornography in television, in internet. No? 75%. And in average, people are watching. Very busy executive like you, when I meet people like you and ask them to do some meditation, I get the answer that no time. I'm so busy. Life is so complicated, and I have no time for meditation and yoga. But the same people, the world average of watching internet and TV is 6 hours a day. No? The same executive people, busy people, those who have no time for their health or their spiritual health, they watch in average in world 6 hours a day. Internet and electronic media, social media, they spend 6 hours a day, 1/4 of their time. This is a world average. So we have time, but we don't know how to manage our time. So the greatest art of the life is to manage your time. Because everybody is given 24 hours a day. Nobody has 25 hours a day. No? Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, I heard when he came here, he also talked, and I have read about him. He does every morning 1 hour yoga. Not only Narendra Modi, all the Indian Prime Minister, starting from Nehru, Indira, Rajiv, they all were doing 1 hour of yoga. They have time for yoga and some sort of meditation. Prime Minister, you will agree with me that I agree with you that your life is busy, but you will agree with me that you are not busy than the Indian Prime Minister. When they, when they find out time for yoga 1 year, why not you? You can also, that's the whole art of how to managing your time. Time management is the greatest art. No? We have 24-hour time, 24-hour day for everybody. And if you have to make your life happy, you should utilize it in such a way that you, at the end of the day, you can sleep well, you don't have insomnia, you don't have No, I'm very surprised that people have difficulty in sleeping. Sleeping is the best pleasure. No, we look time, whenever we get time to sleep. If you go to a mountain, even in Nepal, poor region, people sleep just under the tree. They don't need even a pillow. No, whenever they get time, they can sleep anytime. But that sleep has become such a rare thing in successful country that people have very good bed, air-conditioned room, all the luxury, best pillow, but no sleep. No, they just turn around and they don't get sleep. So we have missed somewhere. That we have to investigate. That we have created very good environment for sleep, but not very good mental frame. No, our mind is disturbed. We don't know how to relax this mind. My dear friend, mind is a biocomputer. It gives you so much information, more information than any computer can give you. And it is a very creative support system given by existence. But the problem is that your TV or your computer, you know how to log it off, how to make it stop. Your TV gives you entertainment, but if it is 24-hour on, it becomes a nuisance. Your computer gives you so much information. It's a good friend. But if you don't know how to log it off, and it is 24-hour log on, it becomes a nuisance. My dear friend, your mind is also by a computer. And you should use it when it is needed. But you should also know the art how to log it off when you are eating. You don't need to remember your bank balance when we are eating. No? When you are taking shower, you don't want to remember your office problems. No? But unfortunately, when you are driving, when you are eating, when you are playing with your children, still you are worried with your office problems. No? You cannot forget things. No? So the greatest art of yoga and meditation is to make your mind your slave, not your master. You can use your mind when you need it, but you also know the art of logging it off when you are enjoying life. You are eating. You should enjoy your food. You are taking shower. You should enjoy the water. There is no need to remember about the economical things or other things. But unfortunately, we don't have this art to log off the mind. My whole training is that how to log it on and how to log it off. When I don't need my mind becomes silent. When I walk in the morning or when I do my yoga, I don't need my mind. No? So I can log it off, switch it off. A silent mind is most beautiful thing in this life. Nothing can give you more satisfaction, more joy than when your mind is silent. It's a very beautiful experience not to having any thought in your mind. Otherwise, it's all the time crowded with thoughts. So how to make this mind silent is the art of meditation. And that art is our asset. It has been developed in our part of the world, in the upper layer of Himalaya. All the great yogi has been in this region. So it is our culture. And West is looking toward us that we should teach this culture to them. We can learn technology, science and technology. They have developed a wonderful technology in the West, but we have also developed a wonderful technology of making our mind silent and making our mind creative and making our mind peaceful. That science is with us, and that science is needed in the America or Western Europe more than what we need technology from them. So there can be very good exchange between East and West. We can learn from the West. Okay. 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 So there can be very good exchange between East and West. We can learn the physical science from West, and they can learn the science of the soul from the East. And this also, yoga and meditation is also export item, my dear friend. Now we are exporting yoga teacher. We teach at Tapovan, and they go and make yoga their profession, and they earn a good, handsome amount of money. So it is also export item. We have been importing guru from India since many decades, but now we are capable, we are exporting guru to the West, more meditation guru to the West and also to the India who teaches meditation to them. So that we have achieved at Osho Tapovan, and we have 100 branches in Nepal. where we do meditation and teach meditation. I was told that I should give time for question and